Waalaikumsalam dimanapun Anda berada bersama kami di channel Bagus. Untuk kesempatan siang hari ini kami akan menyaksikan workshop itu namanya GFM atau GFM Dolly Primo. Nah, seperti ini guys akan kami saksikan untuk Dolly Primo.
Absolutely. So, how many of you in the room have worked with color dolly so far? Magnum dolly or Panther dolly?
Ada yang di sini yang pernah bekerja dengan Magnum dolly atau produk yang tadi sudah disampaikan oleh Sean? Mungkin boleh angkat tangan.
Kayaknya all guys here.
Everyone. How many have worked with the primo dolly so far?
Yang pernah bekerja dengan prima dolly pernah menggunakan
angkat tangan.
I was on set actually that day. First time we used the primo dolly in Jakarta. Yeah, that was quite exciting. So I might tell you a little bit about the primo dolly, about the base dolly. So what we see here now is just the primo base dolly. So we don't have the column already included. We just have the base dolly with a turnstile mount, where you can mount different seat arms. And everything is available from GFM, so I'll just show you a little bit of this tutorial. Oh, this is already included. So, and also what you will find here. For example, this turnstile, it's not a unique turnstile, but just goes on the primo dolly. This can also go on our fat dolly, on all our different smaller dollies, or even turtle base. So it's one product which is kind of accessible to different styles. And yeah, here you see the platform. Yeah, we can also put on the gas riser.
So this option is maybe for people want to use the primo base, but with the cheaper price for rental, right?
Exactly. So now we're kind of completely analog. We don't have any electronic components of the dolly, so it's just. I'm sure you've maybe worked with some of the adjustable risers from Tech, so you're familiar with this type of setup. It's a Euro riser, and it can take, for example, exactly like an offset. And then also, what's also quite nice and setup is, for example, if you have quite a heavy setup on this side, I'm sure you also use this on the Magnum dolly. Yeah, you have counterweight bar which can add weights, but just so you can see, you can do this. All our Euro adapters have an M12 thread. So M12 is the center here. So it's either here or here or here. You can always use an M12 thread, and that just shows how compatible the products are. But maybe what I would like to do is show you a little bit about the base dolly. Yeah. Maybe if you could take the dolly off the track for us. Just take this off. Exactly, now Rosena has already done it. So the handles you see here, these are also the carrying handles. So to be honest, it's a two-man job. Usually we don't need 4 people, but just to support our backs, easier. But you see, so the base dolly itself is around 70 kilos. Yeah? These platforms or these handles just slide in like this again. At the moment, the dolly is actually the brakes are engaged. So we have a brake which engages the track wheel brake, and at the same time the studio wheels. So by pressing down here, you engage the brake, and by kicking against it, you release it. As we were also on circle track, we would have to set the wheels in a free mode so they don't go off track. So it's actually just a touch of a button here, this one here. and then you go back into position. You will have to do this with all the different wheel arms. And I can already see that we are in a way, so maybe it's easier. So now we're in crab mode. So if you want to have a parallel movement of the dolly with crab, you can do this by having crab mode. Also the wheel or I'm missing the word. But the steering, exactly. Thank you. The steering arm is you can telescope it or you can incline it. So if you, for example, got a setup which needs to be a little bit further away from the dolly, you can extend it like this and lock it into different positions. So that just makes the whole movement a little bit easier. Also, what's quite a nice feature is you can steer from any of the 5 points of the wheel arms. So you can go into any of the 5 arms. In case you're in a very narrow or remote location, you can go back into, but usually on the primo dolly, and that's also a main difference to maybe other dollies, such as the Panther or the Magnum dolly, that you have one dedicated steering position. So usually, if you have a primo dolly, you would use, the operator knows where he's, or the key grip will know where he has to stand, and it just makes it a little bit easier for him. So probably most people know how you have to change, or how do you change the wheel position or the steering position on Magnum dolly or even on a Panther dolly. So for a Magnum dolly, you would have to engage or disengage each wheel.
For steering mode, right?
Yeah, so it's, for example, we want to go into front steering mode now. I have to lock these 2 off and engage these 2 into steering. With the primo dolly, it's actually just locked like this. So now we're in front steering. So it's a one connection steering position. Now we're in crab again. And if we go back to the back, we're in the rear steering mode. So you see how quickly it is without having to go around the whole dolly. You can just engage from one side by using the one-touch steering box, and then you're back into, if you want, you're back into crab.
And the good thing about the steering is you're hiding the steer, right?
Yeah,
because
exactly.
if you do the martel, it's always loosened.
So
over here,
what we've done here is we have a connection screw on each of the steering points, which you can tighten. So with a little bit of torque, you can tighten it off. Of course, there's always going to be a little bit of play. It's not perfect, but in terms as you can actually go from different positions, it's quite very free, I would say. So that's a good thing. Maybe one thing I'd also like to show you is in terms of as I mentioned already, in order to have the wheels free, we'll have to just pull this black knob. So now the wheel arm can move really freely, and we can do circle track movements. What you will also often see is as the primo dolly has this central steering arm, what you sometimes will see is that the operator or the grip will have the dolly turned 90 degrees. Yeah, you can do it. Because this will enable the operator or the key grip to push without having to. and also to give the DP maybe a little bit of room if he's up there and wants to do some stuff. And Grip can just move a little bit out. So yeah. That's,
So I mean, for me as one person, it's fine, yeah. But if you're more than see all the way on this side, you'll see there's a little bit of flex on this side. But it's definitely
now interesting to use one extra operator to the column. So first of all, you can. What I wanted to show you. So here,
and also we can build off of this again. So just over the setups. As I said, 25 millimeter. We just start going into here.
Also, this
28 to 25.
the turnstile. We could start going into here the same as our GFM crane column. So you could put a crane column of the GF8 or GF9 onto it. This is a crane also.
We lock the binding with an M12 thread.
Yeah. So now we've opened.
You can also use them on our GF slider.
Yeah, we've opened.
For example, flip this around or have it like this, or have it like this.
Also, maybe what's I'll show you while we're here. So
If you
usually it's two
for example,
people take to
just explain
column. What also is a nice
shooting,
feature is if you, for example, go up a flight of stairs,
you can just
like this. So one guy has
same goes underneath here. This is our tilted end system here and here.
carrying bars like this, on the other like this. So if you're going up the stairs,
So
you don't have to turn like this.
So now you would,
Or if you want to, for example, elevate it a little bit higher,
exactly.
just always make sure you just pull in, pull up, and slide it right in. Then yeah, you can.
You go around.
So it's a two-man job. Take off the batteries.
And the good thing about the column, you don't need any minimum weight, right? Because the Magnum need minimum 18 kilos, 18 kilos, right?
Exactly. So we'll.
Ya, jadi kalau kita pakai Magnum, kita selalu baca di kolomnya untuk ngegerakin kolom itu harus ada minimal 80 kilo beban, benar nggak? Kalau di sini mau naruh emas 5 gram juga nggak apa-apa, mau dimain-mainin secepat apa gitu. Itulah bedanya. Jadi banyak saya tuh nerima pertanyaan selama ini apa bedanya memang sama Magnum. Jadi tadi udah dijelasin who's the name for the engineer? Tony Tundo. Jadi si Mr. Tony Tundo itu adalah yang bikin Magnum, engineer-nya. Jadi begitu dia bikin di GFM, ya ini udah the better version of Magnum aja. Jadi emang agak sulit untuk dibandingin gitu. Jadi semuanya memang mirip. Kenapa mirip ya? Karena orang yang bikinnya juga sama gitu. Intinya sih gitu. Nah, even we were talking about the simple.
Yes, it's like simple. I mean, obviously we knew the flaws and we knew the disadvantages of our competitors and tried to make them our advantages. So as you said, things like moving the column up and down without
Dan setiap kita matiin remote-nya, dolly itu akan ikut mati. Tapi kalau kita nyalain remote-nya, dolly-nya tetap harus kita nyalain. Just mention about when we turn off the
the dolly also turns off. Yeah.
exactly again without tools needed. And now we're here. Yes, exactly.
Nah, seat armnya jadi yang sekarang mereka ganti sama besi kan, biar nggak patah. Padahal mungkin ininya nanti yang kalah. Sebenarnya the simple thing ya, sebenarnya tinggal bikin kayak gini. Jadi kalau when they tighten up, you just losing.
Protection, for example. I mean, it is a machine. It's not a toy. We all know that. So it's a very strong machine. But simple things like when you go down, and sometimes after a long day of shooting, it can happen. The operator, the grip is not paying attention, and the DP has his foot somewhere, or
even the Magnum have plastic over this, and almost all dollies in Jakarta the plastic are broke because they're tightened by the seat arm.
Yeah. So this is collision protection, which we use, which is quite a nice setup.
Basically, this kind of setup is you need to know what you're doing. It's only professionals you're able to use it. So we have a little cheat sheet on top of here, which shows you with hydraulic. Maybe we can have the camera come over here. Just a little graphic here. So on this. This is where we are using the high-low rig now, so it will tell you with a payload of 70 kilograms, you will need 6 weights. So you need 72 kilograms on the back, so that means equal to 6 weights. So for example, if I was sitting on the front, let's put that around 80 kilos, so 83 kilos, I'd need 7 counterweights in order to be safe, yeah. Just, of course, if you don't balance the arm, it's a bit dangerous and it can fall, which you don't want to happen. So always make sure you pay attention to this cheat sheet. It shows you how much the pan of the jib itself. And we will put on 4 counterweights, then go a little low, yeah.
Right.
Do we have a step for them to get on, or apple box? So usually for this setup, of course, we have crane seats with a belt. I'm not sure if we have one here for now. Okay. But of course, obviously, to be safe on set, we always have the crane weights with a counterweight belt. That's to safe. So here now, supervised with 50 people, it's safe. So, but usually we need to have the yeah.
Guys, hari ini kita di workshop GFM. Dan GFM mengakomodir semua kebutuhan shot yang diminta oleh semoga selain center dan magnum, GFM menjadi warna baru di industri pengalaman ringan. Oke, baik, terima kasih Pak Bella waktunya dan selamat malam.